Hey guys, EDDBUD here. Today I'm going to try and solve the mystery of the Nike Zoom Air Vomero 15. Hey cats, EDDBUD here, and it's super sleuth time. Today I'm investigating the strange situation of the Nike Vomero 15. This shoe landed in certain regions of the world just before the end of 2020. Available in some places, but not others. For example, if you're in parts of Asia or in the UK, you can pick the shoe up, no problem, but not in the US. Why is this? What could the reason be for this strange situation? Some people have suggested that it could be a manufacturing issue, though there does appear to be lots of incorrect information flying around on the internet though about this shoe. Some people suggested that it was a React midsole, and that simply isn't the case. Seems like we got ZoomX and a carrier type midsole foam called SR02. Whatever happened to SR01? Anybody know? Quite a lot of people have suggested that this SR02 material feels quite a bit like Cushlon. I gotta be honest, I really like Cushlon on the Pegasus 35 and the 36. The ZoomX in this shoe does appear to be an insert in the core part of the midsole, and is only 4-foot Zoom Air here. Although it has to be said there's quite a large 3-section Zoom Air bag in the 4-foot part of the Vomero 15. Quite similar, but not exactly the same to the one that we found in the Pegasus 37. Now the thing that really perplexes me about this shoe is that they've already leaked some images of the Vomero 16. You know, North America, perhaps one of the larger market areas for this shoe, that's still yet to be released in America. If it's a manufacturing problem, let's take a look at the differences between that leaked image of the Vomero 16 and the Vomero 15. So, the tongue seems to be a good place to start. Looks like we got more padding on show in the tongue of the Vomero 16. A little less length, but some more width. Certainly around the front of the ankle area. Does make you wonder. Perhaps it was irritating people somehow? Perhaps it was that suede-like piece that was just rubbing on people's ankle. Don't know. That tongue reminds me a little bit of that New Balance Fuel Cell Speed Rift that I picked up. Hardly seems enough though to warrant retiring a shoe after such a short period of time on sale. The midfoot cage in the Vomero 16 seems vastly different to the 15. We see the Flywire cables that are on the 15 dumped in favour of a more lace loop style that we found on the Pegasus 37, the Terrakiga, and also the Pegasus Trail 2. I have to be honest that the lace loop fit system really doesn't work out that well for me. It's not been my favourite at all, and the few shoes I have tried with it just didn't really have that good a lockdown. And it kind of puts me off testing out the Vomero 16 if that's what the lockdown's going to rely on. I think Flywires always seems such a better option than using those lace loops. I mean, look at the React Infinity Run Flyknit 2. That's got those Flywires back again, and the fit and lockdown is just far better. It worked well on the Pegasus 35, on the 36, and even on the Pegasus 35 Turbo as well. So why the sudden switch in that leaked image of the Vomero 16? Maybe they found the Flywire fabrics were tending to break or fray. Perhaps it's something to do with the spacing of where those Flywires were. There's only 3 Flywire equipped eyelets, and they're all quite close together. Did the lace loops on that Vomero 16 perhaps give a more distributed lockdown over the top of the foot where we only had those 3 Flywires? Could be. One thing to note is the Flywire cords on the Vomero 15 are certainly a lot wider than the ones utilised in the Pegasus 35 or the Pegasus 36. So I don't think that that's the issue. Very few reviewers have commented negatively at all about the Vomero 15 lockdown. The main issues that they highlighted actually seem to stem from the ride. The air unit for some people just didn't really seem to fit all that well with the use of the ZoomX material. Actually, some people suggested that the use of that Zoom Air unit in the forefoot of the shoe almost negated the use of the ZoomX. It appears as though there's very little change at all to the midsole or outsole of the Vomero 16. I think it's another situation here of where if the upper fits, then you're actually good to go. Much like the React Infinity Run Flyknit 1 and the 2. Some people just had no problems with the original version of the React Infinity run. It does also remind me a little bit of the situation with the Nike Vaporfly Next Percent, where some people really didn't get on with that Vaporweave upper. Obviously we've all seen the images of that snazzy new Vaporfly Next Percent 2 with the reinforcement around the toe box and that slightly different upper material. I think when we look at those upper changes, is it going to drastically affect the performance of the shoe? Perhaps alter the fit so the shoe's a lot more efficient and effective? Is it going to change the responsiveness of it at all? Well, probably not that much. I think most of the time, if the midsole and the outsole are right, then the upper can either make the shoe work for you or not. Have Nike found that the Vomero 15 upper just means the shoe doesn't work for all that many people? If you're changing the upper for the sake of it, that's just a marketing move. But then I think if you're having to ask the questions of does the upper work, then how did it get through the testing phase in the first place? All of this makes me think about what testing's actually gone on in the design phase of creating this shoe. Are run testers not reporting potential issues that they found with samples of the shoe for fear of upsetting the apple cart? Is it down to the shoes actually already being in mass production by that point? And it's just too late to change it. By the time average non-elite club runners get hold of pairs, well, it's too late then. I mean, who picks up the tab when you get a shoe that's just not designed properly? When there's a significant manufacturing problem with a shoe? I mean, it's the consumer most of the time, isn't it? I think that's another avenue that I can go down perhaps in a future video. All in all, what do you think the main reasons are why they've quickly issued another iteration of the Vomero series? Why hasn't it been released in America? What are your views, guys? Let me know down in the comments. Time for a quick musical interlude. I think it's a time at the moment where we need to know that we're not alone. And to reinforce that fact, you should check out Andrew WK's most recent album, You're Not Alone. If you've ever thought of Andrew WK as being this throwaway sort of party guy, then you're very wrong. You need to dip into some of his other work, some of his other albums. Some fantastic, very positive tunes. In fact, I do believe that Andrew WK won a special award for his services in helping to prevent suicide and also promote sort of better mental health. What I really love about this album is there are several bits here and there which are spoken word sections by Andrew WK himself, promoting this sort of inner power, getting you to be positive. Look at all the positive things you've got in life. Really hold on to those. Those are the things that give you joy. I particularly like the song Total Freedom on this album, where Andrew at the start's talking about sort of young children and how they've got this wonderful, beautiful naivety, and that we slowly lose that over time. We can become quite cynical, I guess, and he's trying to get through to us, so we don't need to be like that. I really like the track Keep On Going as well, with the lyrics, far away from everyone, let them blow away in the dust. It's almost like you can imagine him running and sort of running away from his problems, not in a kind of way that he's trying to hide them away, but just sort of running away and not letting them stop him or weigh him down. And Music Is Worth Living For is an absolutely tremendous track. It's just huge. All the tracks on this album just sound massive, worth checking out, and it will leave you feeling extremely positive. Andrew WK's album from 2018, You're Not Alone. Okay, that's just about all for me for today, guys. Thanks for tuning in and sticking with me to the very end. If you haven't done so already, remember to hit that subscribe button and click the bell below for notifications of when I launch those new videos. And it really does help the channel out too if you give this video a thumbs up like and share this video with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you